Let me know if you're here. If you're watching, and you're able to go to the chat section. Good morning. So if you are here and you haven't used the little chat box before, you can use that to let me know that you're joining us. You don't have to, of course, but it's nice to know who's with me in the morning. So I went to California. That's why I wasn't here last week. A word of caution: if you're preparing to fly this summer, the airlines are just not up to speed. My flight I drove to Newark to pick up my youngest granddaughter. Sorry, I drove to New Jersey to my daughter's house, which is in New Jersey, but not Newark, to pick up my granddaughter, and we flew from Newark Airport to California. We got there 26 hours late. I missed an entire day of visiting with my family, so it was kind of a bummer. And it was just a very, very confusing, and airlines have not hired enough people back yet. My flight back to New Jersey was only 4 hours late. So, yeah, if you are flying, just be prepared for chaos. That's all I can say. My daughter was flying back from Croatia. She had a nightmare of a flight back and wound up getting stranded in Connecticut with no way to get home to New Jersey, and finally winding up renting the last car in the small rental car place that they had and driving 2.5 hours to get home. Morning. So anyway, so if you are, I am not going to be flying again until late September or mid-September actually. So I'm hoping that things between the summer slowdown or after summer slowdown and the airlines getting a little bit more organized, it won't be quite so chaotic. But just if you're traveling this summer, be aware that none of the airlines are really up to speed yet. Oh, good morning. Okay, so let's get started. Let's go to your mat. Go ahead and lie down on your mat. On your back. Have your arms at your sides, of course. And just take a moment and feel your body just kind of sinking in to the support of the earth beneath you. And just take some nice deep breaths, just normal breath, not changing anything, but just breathing. So really feel your body lying, so focus your attention on the feel of your body lying on the floor. And also on your breath. Now I want you to see if you can, we're going to play around with the breath for just a couple of minutes. So first I want you to just feel your body breathing into your back. So as you take a big inhalation, really pay attention to what happens in your inhalation and exhalation at the back end of your body, the back of your lungs. We focus a lot of awareness on, of course, the belly, the midsection, the chest, but really pay attention to the breath as it inflates and deflates from the back of your body. shoulders really sink in to the floor when you exhale. Notice your shoulders rise away from the floor, the back of your shoulders rise away from the floor as you inhale, and then sink again as you exhale. So just having a different awareness of the breath. Nice deep breaths in, nice long breaths out. Good. Take your arms overhead. So I want you to inhale, and as you inhale, feel yourself stretching the torso from your waist all the way out through your fingertips. Really, it feels like you're trying to stretch your whole body like a rubber band away from your middle on your inhalation. And then on your exhalation, I want you to stretch way back down from your hips down through your toes. So point your toes as you finish. One more time, inhale from the waist out through the fingertips. And exhale from the waist down to the toes. Good. Grab a hold of your right knee and stretch out your left leg. Flex the left foot, but pull that right knee in all the way over your chest, as close to your belly as you can get it. And then take nice deep breaths. See if you can feel the breath pushing your right leg away from your body as you inhale. And as you exhale, bringing that knee back in close to your belly. After your next exhalation, release the right leg. Grab hold of the left knee. Now, if you can't hold in front of your knee, of course, you can always clasp behind your knee. Flex the right leg, right foot, and make sure the right calf, by the way, make sure that calf stays on the floor. So only pull your left knee in as close as you can without the right leg kind of bending, bending and coming off the floor. So inhale as you pull that knee in. Exhale. Now see if you can feel the breath sort of pushing and pulling on that leg. Good. Finish your next exhalation. Pull both knees in, clasping your hands around the knees. Pull them in as close to onto your belly as you can, and take deep breaths. And feel the inhalation pushing your legs away from your body, from your belly. And the exhalations, bringing them back down towards your belly. Good. Then releasing your legs, but don't let your feet touch the ground, and keep your knees close together. Take your arms out to the side. And you're going to inhale. Exhale, drop your knees to the right, turn your head to the left. Try not to let your knees touch the floor though. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, drop your knees to the left, turn your head to the right. Nice and slow. Try not to let your legs go all the way to the floor. Almost, but not all the way. Each time you inhale up, bring your head back to center. Exhale, turning the head and legs in the opposite direction. Good. Next time you exhale, inhale, come up to center. Exhale from the left, come up to center, and put your feet back on the ground and come on up to seated. And coming into your comfortable cross-legged position, so whichever way you normally cross your legs. Take both arms out to the sides. Inhale from center. Exhale, take your right arm to your left knee, left hand behind your back. You guys are going in the opposite direction. Take a little twist. Sorry, I normally mirror you, but I'm not this time. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, left arm to the right knee, right hand behind your back, taking a twist. Inhale. Exhale. Remember to twist from the waist, so you're not necessarily trying to twist from your head and neck. Keep the head and neck in line. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And inhale. And exhale. And come back to center. Okay. Sorry about that. I try to mirror you guys most of the time when we do exercises like that or poses like that, but I forgot this time. Okay, so now I am mirroring you. Okay? So go ahead now, take your arms out to the side. Take your right arm down towards the floor and left arm stretch way overhead. Inhale, come back to center. And exhale. Just notice how this feels on your hips on each side. Because I know this seems like a big side stretch. It is, but you might feel it in your hips. Just back and forth. Inhaling at center. Exhaling from side to side. And last time to the left side. Good. And inhale to come back up. Inhale, take your arms overhead. Exhale, turn to the right and come down over the right knee. And inhale, come back up. Exhale, left knee. Back and forth. Inhale and exhale. Just come as far as you can. But just notice if it feels different from one side to the other. Inhale. Let's recross the legs to the way that you do not habitually sit. Okay? So we're going to do the same series and see if you notice anything a little different when you do the other way. Okay? So taking the arms out, I am mirroring you again. So inhale, right arm to the left knee, taking a twist. Inhale, exhale. Nice deep breaths. Last time to the left side. Good. And coming back. Okay, so arms out to the side. And right arm to the floor, left arm overhead. Inhale up. Exhale. last time to the left side. And coming back up to center. And last one in this series. Let's take the arms overhead. Inhale. Exhale to the right. Inhale up. Left. And last time, both sides. And coming back up. So, what did you notice about how it felt when you changed the direction of the legs? Did you notice how maybe, in my case, my right hip is my sort of tight, problematic hip, and my left hip and my left knee are my problematic hip and knee. And so when I change directions, the feel is completely different. It's tighter on my knee when my left leg is the inside leg, or the one closest, the heel closest to my groin. So I do try to make sure that when I do that series, I do both ways, and I do change the cross of my legs, because it gives a little bit different stretch when we do. And then the other thing I want you to just think about for a sec is, how were you as focused on your breathing as you were on doing the poses? Because of course, you know, my very firm motto is that the breath is as important as the actual physical movement. So if the breath is not, if you're not having as much of a sense of your breath as you are as your body, just really pay a little bit closer attention to the breath. By the way, a little aside here, when I was in California, my youngest sister, who's the sister that, I have three in the middle, I'm the oldest, and one who's 16 years younger than me, so she's at the end. So she's the one who is most like me. She, you know, does yoga, she meditates, she eats like I do, she exercises. My three in the middle, it's another story. But anyway, she and I got sister tattoos. And I don't know, you probably can't see it, so next week I'll try to show it. But right across here is a new tattoo, and it says, breathe. And I've only had it for a few days, and you know breathing is really my thing. But it's just quite extraordinary how just every time I look at it, I remember to breathe. I try to remember anyway, but it does actually work. So I'm not saying get a tattoo, but just remember to breathe. All right, let's come on up to all fours. And let's come into child's pose with your arms out in front. And so we're just going to do one more little dynamic movement of inhaling to come up onto our knees, arms overhead, take a little back bend, exhale back to child's pose. So inhale up, little back bend, exhale. One more time. Good. Okay, coming to all fours. Hands and arms shoulder width apart, knees and feet hip width apart. Shoulders directly over the wrist, hips directly over the knees, and fingers spread wide apart. Pressing into the fingertips, the knuckles, the palm of the hand, the heel of the thumb, and isometrically pressing your hands towards the center of the mat. So feel the arms really engage. Curling your toes under. On your inhalation, you're going to lift your knees, lengthen your spine before you straighten your legs. So if you don't know what I mean, look and see what I'm doing. You see how I'm really first getting my spine nice and long, and then I can start to straighten. But if I feel like my back is starting to do this, I'm going to keep my knees bent. Relax the back of the neck. You can bicycle too if you want. So slowly up on the toes of one foot as you press down on the heel of the other foot. Just back and forth. That'll help to stretch the calves out a little bit. And then when you feel like it, you can lower both heels. Remember, your heels don't have to touch the floor. Relax the back of your neck, so don't hold your head up like this. Really letting go. Focusing on the length of the spine. So breathing in, feel the breath just moving all the way up and down your spine as you inhale and exhale. After your next exhalation, walk your feet towards your hands towards your feet until you come into Uttanasana. Bending your knees if you need to. Remember, it's always okay to bend your knees. Of course, you can use blocks if you have blocks and you want to put your hands on blocks if your hands don't touch the floor. But it's also fine to bend your knees. Relax the back of your neck. And so with your hands right in front of you, we're going to inhale to come up, arms overhead. Exhale, floating down, arms out to the side. Inhale up. Exhale down. 2 more times. Inhale up. Exhale down. And last time, inhale up. And exhale down. Okay. Okay. Coming to the center of your mat. Feet are parallel. Lift all 10 toes, pressing into the big toe mound and the outer heel, and just feel the muscles kind of hugging your bones. Lower the toes, but try to keep that sense that the muscles of your legs are kind of tightening around the bones, creating stability. Relax your shoulders. Just gently draw your shoulder blades back together a little bit to open up this heart space right here. Also notice that your chin is level and your ears are over your shoulders, so you're not pushing your neck forward, you're not lifting your chin up. Just really nice and steady in Tadasana or mountain pose, and breathing. So feel that as you inhale, feel that the energy of your inhalation moving all the way up and out through the crown of your head. And as you exhale, feel the energy of the breath moving all the way back down through the soles of your feet and into the earth. One more time. Good. Let's take the feet wide apart. And let's take your right foot right, left foot to the right. Remember to try to keep the torso facing straight ahead as much as possible. Place your hands on your waist and bend your right knee. So as much as you can, feel your torso facing forward, not turning towards that knee. So that means your right hip is more centered and forward. Now, think about your knee for a bit and check to make sure that your knee is not rolling in towards your big toe. If it is, just rotate the thigh a little bit to roll that knee back towards the center or towards the baby toe. Relax your arms. Take your arms out to the side, but relax the shoulders. And now turn to look over your right middle finger. And breathe. Really feel your feet grounded. And just like we did in Tadasana, as you inhale, see if you can feel the energy of the inhalation moving up through your body, out through your fingertips and the crown of your head. Even lifting your torso a little bit. And as you exhale, feel the energy of the breath moving back down and grounding you into the earth, or grounding you to the earth, and breathing. Finish your next exhalation. Go ahead, turn your feet back to parallel. Turn your left foot left, right foot into the left. But remember, we're trying to keep that torso mostly in Tadasana. So hands at your waist, bend your left knee, but trying to make that left hip as forward or horizontal as possible. And then checking on that left knee, making sure that it's not rolling in towards your big toe, but rolling more out towards your baby toe or towards the center of your foot. Relax your shoulders, taking your arms up and turning to look out over your left middle finger, and breathing. Inhaling and almost feeling your torso lift away from your waist. Exhaling and feeling yourself feeling grounded and connected to the earth. Finish your next exhalation. Straighten your legs. Turn your feet parallel. Hands at the waist. Folding forward. Bring your hands down to the floor if you can get them to the floor. You can either come on your fingertips. If you have blocks, you can always use blocks. You can also bend your knees here if you need to. Relax the back of the neck. And breathe. As you inhale, can you feel your breath kind of swinging your torso back and forth as you inhale and exhale? Can you feel yourself going a little bit deeper as you take those nice deep breaths? After your next exhalation, walk your feet a little closer together. Turn your feet out slightly. Place your hands on your waist again, and now bend at the knees. Try to keep your pelvis neutral. So you don't want to be leaning forward onto your knees. You want to feel the pelvis in kind of a neutral position so that you feel like your torso is just really grounded here. Feet are grounded. Relax your arms and shoulders. Take your arms straight out, shoulder height, and then bend at the elbows for goddess pose, and breathe. Finish your next exhalation and walk your feet back together. Let's come down onto the floor. If you'd like, you can sit up on a blanket or a pillow. Just lift your hips slightly with your legs straight out in front. have both hands, or each hand on the side of your thighs. Flex your feet, so engage the muscles of your legs, Dandasana. And then as much as you can, without rounding your shoulders or dropping your head from your waist, start to fold forward. Now, look up at me if you can and just see how I am not doing this or this. I'm hinging at my waist. So even if you only go this far, you want to feel as if your head and neck are in line with your spine. Your shoulders are kind of pulled back, so you're not rounding forward. And you can still take those nice deep breaths. So use the breath to help take you deeper into the pose, not trying to force it with your physical body. So inhaling and exhaling. No matter how far you get today, don't change your position. Just keep that nice lengthy spine and keep taking deep breaths. Really paying attention to each breath at a time. And after you finish your next exhalation, come on back up. Go ahead and lie down. Once again, feeling your body connected to the earth, supported by the earth, so that you can release any holding or gripping or tensing or tightening anywhere in your body. Soften and relax all the muscles of your face, relaxing the jaw by just making sure you have a little space between your bottom teeth and your top teeth. And then after your next exhalation, you can bend your knees, place your feet on the floor, roll over onto your side or rock yourself up to seated. So, thanks for joining me again today. I love having you guys here with me on Fridays, and I will see you next week. Namaste.